Okay, so this is our homeschool setup here. This is mainly for my 6-year-old. We have her calendar that I got off of Temu. It has the months and seasons and days of the week and temperature and all that on there. And then each day we start out by writing 5 words usually in her book, and it gets her to, think about the sounds of the words, and I usually do words that sound alike so she gets it. So like hot, cot, pot, dot, and lot are today's words. And then we go on to her, after she writes her words in her little composition book here, which she does every morning. Let's see. Then we move on to her workbook, which I got off of Amazon. And I like this workbook because it's like starts off super easy, It starts off with just, going back over the letters, the letter sounds and everything. E is for elephant, T, all that stuff. And then it moves on to vowel sounds and beginning and end sounds. And right now we've got all the way to end sounds, and we've done beginning sounds, and now we're on to TH and SH and putting E's at the end of everything. And it's just really easy for her to do, being in first grade. And she's got a lot of easy activities for her to do, so I really, really, really do recommend that workbook. And then after that, we usually do plus and minus problems on the board. And the way I do that is do like, okay, I do like, 2 plus 2 equals, and then I'll give her 2 blocks, math blocks, which I also got on Amazon. I'll say, if I give you 2 and I add 2 to it, how many you got? And she knows to count the blocks and says 4, and I tell her to write 4 on the board as the answer. And then the same thing with, taking away 2 minus 2. I do, you got 4 blocks and I take 2 away, how many you got? She counts the blocks and she says 2, and I say write 2 on the board, and she writes the answer on the board. So, and then we do 5 addition problems and 5 subtraction problems on the board each day. And then we move on to let her do her calendar and say the days of the week and the months in the year, and then she can do the little bear and do the temperature and do the seasons and all that stuff. And she really likes doing all this stuff. So that's first grade work. Okay, so that's first grade work. And yeah, it usually takes about 30-45 minutes to do this each day, and she's done. And usually, she's learned more in a week than she did in an entire school year. But then we go over here, and I also have a 10-year-old that has to do 5th grade work. So I got the social studies book off Amazon, and it starts with like the information with Indians and everything, and that's where we're at currently. And today it went on to doing the patriotic songs and everything, but I like how it does have pictures of everything in it. And then she also has this curriculum book, which, does math, reading comprehension, English, and writing. And then this is a good book because it has some easy stuff in it, like, your English, your nouns, pronouns, all of that. Reading comprehension, it's got stories and asks you some questions. And then, regular reading. And we did the one with the maps where she had to find the cities and the state capitals and everything, which is very informative. Then it's got the math in here, and we did a bunch of adding, subtracting, and everything. And it's really nice. It's got the answer key and the glossary and everything in the back. But it goes over graphs and everything they need to know on that. But it didn't have social studies, so we had to get social studies book. It didn't have science. So I also got her this science book off of Amazon. And I like it because it's like easy, quick to do things. It gives you the facts about stuff, and then asks you questions and asks you to circle A, B, C, or D. And then I'll ask you, like, what are some decomposers that you've seen outside? And and just different things like that. And it's really nice. It's got pictures of everything, and it's just really easy for her to do. So we usually do science and social studies in one day, and she gets that done within like an hour, hour and a half, because they're so easy to do. And then I also had to add a spelling workbook, and I like this one. It's really nice and informative. It lets you to use the words in a sentence and everything after you're done writing them. It has little crossword puzzles and word searches, and like I said, you'll write down all the words over here, and then it'll ask you to put them in the right spot in this paragraph. And it just helps them to learn how to use the words, besides just how to spell them. But it's really nice too. So this is 5th grade. So we got the curriculum workbook, the science workbook, the social studies workbook, and the spelling workbook. And all these can be found on Amazon. And then she's got a map on the wall that we also got. And it just helps her, to learn everything. Like I said, also these workbooks show them maps and stuff and get them used to geography. See, this one has civics, geography, and history and everything in it, and economics. And like I said, for a 5th grader, it usually takes about 2 hours a day at homeschool and 5 days a week. They have the weekend off. And then for a 6-year-old in 1st grade, or anybody, under 3rd grade, it only takes her about 30-45 minutes to get her stuff done over here where the learning calendar and everything is. And like I said, she really likes the math cubes, the learning calendar, just her workbook and her composition book, and the whiteboard. And that's pretty much all you need. And the whiteboard I got off Amazon came with the markers and erasers and everything, so that's pretty much it. And I also, let my 5th grader go over the days of the week and the months of the year, because her school did not even teach her that. So, yeah, public school is getting a little crappy. But if you're ever scared about, just pulling your kids out and homeschooling them, it's really easier than you think. It only takes about, 2 hours. And then they're done by 1:30, and they don't have to do anything else for the rest of the day. They can get on the computer or a video game or something and do what they want to do, or go outside and play that evening. And it works for us, and they're learning more than they did in public school. Like I said, usually just this week, my 1st grader has learned more in just this week than she learned in all of kindergarten. So yeah, I definitely recommend homeschooling. In Alabama, you don't have to do anything but withdraw your kids. You don't even need to cover school, but I went ahead because we had problems with a teacher in the old school calling DHR for no reason, to where it got so bad that we had to get a lawyer involved and almost got the Board of Education involved, to where I went ahead and enrolled online in Alabama Honor School. You can enroll any time of the year. It's $20, and they send you a proof of enrollment form that you can print out and keep. And they also send ones over to your Board of Education. And then, like I said, also get with your school, fill out their withdrawal form, send it back, list Alabama Honor School as the school, cover school, and you're done. You can school your kids how you want. Buy learning materials off Amazon, from workbooks and math cubes and calendars and maps and things. And later on, I'm thinking about adding a learning globe and learning maps to this. So, yep, it's pretty easy, and it's working great for us so far. So I hope the rest of the school year goes well, and we're able to actually finish before we would with regular school, and have extra days to enjoy in the springtime before summer. That way we can go on vacation while it's still cool. So that's pretty much the rundown on our homeschooling plan so far. Like I said, I'll go back over here and go back over the workbooks for 5th grade. But I mean, they have all grade level workbooks. But she's got social studies, comprehensive curriculum of basic skills. It said math, reading comprehension, English, and writing. 180 days of science, which he really likes the science. And then the Spectrum spelling book. Like I said, and then she's got her map, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, For the 6-year-old, it only takes her about 30-45 minutes to get all her work done for the day. And for the 5th grader, it takes 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours. So, yep, definitely a lot better than 8 hours of school.